this video, you're going to learn how to use the Docusign decline and approve buttons so that you can create approval workflows directly inside of your Docusign template and Docusign accounts in general. Let's get into it. So let's pretend that this is an offer letter that you send often to hire candidates. And what needs to happen is that the CEO needs to approve the offer letter before the candidate signs it. So what we need to do is to give the CEO an approve or decline button so that the document can be routed to the employee if the CEO approves. And if that's not the case, then the envelope should not go to the employee. So what we need to do first is to make sure that the signing order contains the person who is going to approve the transaction. In this case here, if I show you the document, we have a section for the employer, and that's going to be the HR manager signing. And here we have the employee. So we have our two recipients, but we want the CEO to approve in between. So what we're going to do is to add another recipient and that's going to be the CEO. Now there's no action that's called approve in the Docusign recipient action list. So we need to use the needs to sign, even if it's just to approve. It has to be the needs to sign action. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to assign an approve or decline button to the CEO. Now, the CEO should be approving or declining in position 1, which means that the document should be first created by someone, the HR manager or the HR coordinator. Then the document gets to the CEO. The CEO approves, then the document needs to go to the employee. So we have to change the signing order here because the employee should be getting the document in position 2 only if the CEO approves the transaction. And once the employee has signed the document, only then the HR manager should be receiving a notification to countersign the offer letter. Obviously, this will vary from organization to organization, but I'm just giving you a generic use case here. We're going to click next and fill out all the fields. And here, by the way, I'm using a template. If you haven't built a template before, I strongly encourage that you watch my tutorial on how to build templates because it will help you speed up your Docusign document creation process. You could also use those buttons, the approve and decline button fields without using a template, but I'm just showing you the example using a template because that's what most people need since they have repeat workflows. Now, in this document here, we have the signature field for the employer. That's for the HR manager, actually, and here for the employee. So what we need to do is to give buttons to the CEO to approve or decline the transaction. What I like to do is just to place them on top of the document, but you can place them wherever you'd like. And so we can just drag an approve button here and a decline button here as well. Now, you can change the verbiage of this. So it doesn't have to say approve. It can say approved, for example, or declined. And that's basically, it's not really complicated. Those buttons are required. The CEO is not going to be able to complete the envelope and forget to click on one of those two buttons. You can change the font size. You can even hide the text by making the font white so that when the document is completed, completely invisible. You can do that if you want, and then you can just save and close your template. Now we can just test this workflow so you see exactly what happens when someone clicks on approve and decline. And before I forget, if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Sofiane Saudi. I used to be a Docusign consultant working for Docusign themselves back in 2019. And since 2020, I founded Solution Consulting, an agency that helps Docusign users and organizations drowning in paperwork who wants to automate their workflow using Docusign, save hundreds of hours. So if your organization spends lots of time on paperwork, there's a huge opportunity for you to retrieve all that time back. If you set up your business processes the right way, use Docusign, integrate Docusign with the apps that you use every day so that you can, for example, generate documents at the click of a button from your CRM, track the status of those Docusign transactions inside of your CRM as well, or other ERP spreadsheet that you might be using. You can also automatically store signed documents in the folders of your choice without even having to rename them because they can get renamed automatically. So you never need to look for a document. And you can also even extract the information that your signers have entered in the field while they fill the documents out back to your spreadsheet or CRM or ERP so that you have a 360 full cycle automation. Now you can absolutely do this by yourself by watching these tutorials, and you will need to learn how to map out your workflow, learn how Docusign works, build your Docusign templates, and integrate your Docusign system in all the apps that you use every day so that you can fully automate your workflow. But if you don't have the capacity to become Docusign experts and invest hundreds of hours, even thousands like we have, then you can outsource this work to our team. And to do this is quite simple. Just click on the link below to schedule a consultation with one of our consultants. During the call, the consultant will ask you about your workflow and will suggest the best implementation roadmap for your unique needs. You can schedule this using the link just down below. But if you're more of a DIY person and you want to do it yourself, that's completely fine. But then I suggest that you download our free Docusign Mastery cheat sheet. It's also included in the link just down below. It will help you get started with Docusign on the right foot so that you can start automating your workflows by yourself. But for now, let's go back to testing how these approve and decline buttons work. So the way that they work, once we've added them to our template or to our envelope, we're going to send the envelope. And so I'm going to add the name of the CEO. Actually, this could have been saved in the template, right? So I don't necessarily need to add a name and email. Obviously, that's going to be Sofian. The reason I'm using different names and emails is for testing purposes so that you understand who is receiving what when we look at the email address. Particularly when you're testing, you're using the same email. You can use this plus between your email and the @ in your domain, and that would be HR. And here we'll say plus HR. I just filled out all the fields to fill out my template and generate my document. If you haven't seen this before, that's because you don't have the Docusign document generation feature turned on. This is only available if you want to do mail merge documents and when you don't want to create your documents in Word, but want to do everything in Docusign in a super efficient way. And that can be fully automated. In this example, I haven't connected this to any system, so I have to type it in. But you can automate this completely fully at the click of a button, as I was explaining just earlier. Now the document is ready, I can just click on send. And if I go to my emails, I should be receiving the document for approval as the CEO. Here is the Docusign envelope notification. So let's click on review document. Here I have two options: required, decline. Now, as you can see, if I click on start, I can't finish. So I don't have a choice. If I click on approved, then the document goes through and then we're done. That means that the document will then route to the next person. So in a few seconds, I should now receive the document for signature. And this is what just happened. As you can see, this was sent to the employee. And so then in this case, the employee will be able to receive the document and sign. But we're now going to use the same template and test the decline workflow. So I'm going to click on send. And now I should be receiving another notification. And here it is, Sofian CEO, please complete the document. I'm going to click on review and decline. Now it's warning me that if I click continue, I'm not going to be able to request changes on the document. And this is going to void the envelope. And so this is why I'm not a real fan of the approve or decline mechanism of getting approval on documents, because Docusign charges you per envelope. And so if you click on continue, which is what we're going to do now, we have to provide a reason, salary is too high or whatever the thing is. And then that's going to void the envelope, which means that the HR person who created the document in the first place is going to have to recreate the document from scratch, as opposed to maybe using the comments feature. So this document was just declined here. What the person will have to do is to recreate the document, which is really annoying, and then send it again once they've made the changes. But if we use the comments feature, in this case, and I don't want to use it here, but instead of giving them a decline button, I would not give that decline button at all. I would just send the document as is. And then when the CEO gets the document, they can leave a comment and say, this is too high. And that can be to only the sender of the document, so that it's completely private. That will send a notification to the person who sent the document And then what the HR coordinator could do in this case, reply to the comment and find an agreement, and then go back to the document that was sent and then correct the document. And by correcting the document, then you can replace the document that was in the envelope with the right information and then resend it. Another way of doing this is to use collaborative fields. So this doesn't work with dynamic documents. So this is a document that's mail merged. But if there was a form where information was not entered correctly and that person wasn't happy with what was in there, what you could do then is to use collaborative fields. And so these collaborative fields will allow people to leave comments, and the workflow will repeat until everybody in the envelope or only select people from the list of recipients will find an agreement on what this information should be. That's a topic for another day, and I've done a video on how to use collaborative fields. But in any case, I'm not a fan of using the Docusign approve and decline documents just because it costs you envelopes. Why would you spend $5 each time you get an approval or a decline? So in my opinion, check the comments and the collaborative field functionality, or maybe just build a completely different workflow. I just don't think this is a really nice system. In any case, if you need any help with Docusign, whether it's with your templates, with your integrations, with automating large workflows that include Docusign or may not include Docusign, but evolve around requesting signatures and documents from people, and you do this in high volume, then you should schedule a consultation with one of our document automation consultants. During the call, we'll review your current process and propose the best implementation roadmap for your company's unique needs. I will see you in the next video, and until then, happy signing. Ciao.